o te whatalofa tumula o whalalo whafonga le tino ni tai au. O le swing o tato polkalami o mato whatasi fo i masui malipulenga no Porirua City Council. I te tano fo i taumanga o lato ngā ruenga. O tai au newu le whatasi malipule no ia ni te peika. Ia mato e mana so atawi e sui pule no ia Kylie Wihapi. Ia ma Izzy Ford, ia o isa e fo tūranga lea o le sui pule no ia leo mato whatasi tau ne te tanoa tu fo i mata upula tau. Talofa, good morning, kia ora. Welcome to Sāmoa Capital Radio again this morning.
Kia ora.
Talofa lava.
Talofa, Izzy, nice to see you again.
Lovely to see you too.
You've been keeping well and out of
the weather. Yeah. Yes, I have been. Yeah.
Oh, very good. All right, let's start with some of the things that what's the wastewater tank?
Yes, so that big concrete thing on the side of the motorway there is now in action. It's our wastewater. It's to improve the health of our harbour. It's our biggest water project to date. It has the ability to capture 7 million litres of raw sewage, and holding on to that so that it doesn't go into our harbour. It's 80%. Yeah. It's gradually, so when we have the big downpours, it will hold it until it has the capacity to then pump all the way out to our wastewater treatment plant. 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools, is that correct? Yep. Yeah. So it's a huge milestone actually for us.
And it reduces the overflows into the harbour of over 10 Olympic swimming pools too. Yeah.
And how much did it cost? Do you know roughly?
More than what we budgeted.
Way more than what we budgeted for. I can't really remember.
Can't remember, but what the mayor said was they were on time, which was great, but they weren't on budget, which she wasn't happy about.
That's correct.
Well, it's usually the case. When you get a quote, and when you end up, you're paying another nearly 10% on top of what you... Thank you. Ole vainga le mateo ambata mota no to ni tau ni fatata le fufuanga le sini pulo keti poro mo to fo ya la papa o ni a o te mi aso ia a toti munga ma tele le vai ia ona fa le tongo lola ia ma vai le mai fata ele ma turang fa pena ona fa ina lola ia le vai manu ngai tai le sami ia le lan tam fa ia ia pulenga nu ina ia faise a wala ia pu ia vaenga ia oini to e faleanga ia vai tau mafa mai si mga tai fale ia le la wo umana fai pe a male le mai fate te inga e a vai le Olympic swimming pool mele fai to unga voi ia to se fast food winner le la po o me fa pena pe telo e fatu sto se le te leo le polo kitine ne fai ia mo le pese a si ma fo le fai loka ia I vaenga I pe a maua I teimi o timunga mamafa. Well, let's try and get a huge downpour and test it.
Actually, it's been in action. Yeah, on the 18th of May, there was a big burst down in the city centre, and they were able to hold on to some wastewater, so they were able to manage or to mend the leak down the burst main. So it's already doing its job.
That's good to know. Yeah, ole sine male foi pa esti mo te tele lumulaina ona testa ele pe va e pe o le le avo le ngaduenga ale mele na fai. Ya le foi mo la sulva lo mena pesa ma foi ti mo mo malana fa te tai inale mana le fa ngangole o le polo keti le temina local Matariki Biz Fest, all coming next month.
All coming in July, so we've got a big month coming ahead. Matariki obviously is the holiday that we have on Friday the 10th of July, and then we've got Love Local, which is the next day, and Biz Fest as well, that's happening later in July on the 21st of July. So at the moment, our council staff are working really hard behind the scenes to try and deliver a matariki event that's fit for Porirua. And we're looking forward to what those details will be. They'll have them on our Facebook page. So if you're keen to get along to those events, and a lot of them are free, come along to them. And our Love Local, that happens every year. That's from 10 to 4 p.m. That one is also free to enter. So if people want to come along and see the best in Porirua, all our products that we have, crafts and community services that are available to people in Porirua, come along to that free day at Te Rauparaha Arena, 10 to 4 p.m. For Love Local. Then we've got the Biz Fest as well. There's tickets that are selling. They're selling really well. And we've got the A-League Grand Final coach of the Knicks, Bev Priestman, as well as rugby star, she's also Samoan, Ruby Tui, is going to be there, and businessman Sir Ian Taylor speaking at the event. So that happens on the 21st of July. That'll be a good one for our people to try and get along to if you want to. There's a lot of networking, a lot of speakers, workshops as well that are going to happen on that day. It's a great day for business in our city.
And these are all free?
Not the BizFest, so there are tickets available for that, but Love Local is free, Matariki, a lot of those events are free. Great for our people to get to, and we have some entertainers usually in those events as well.
Yeah.
Very good. Sounds like you've got it all sort of sorted out for that month. Ole fofuanga le ne moporo e le lato fatsinga le amisia le yaso masina fo ya yulai. Ole aso falele le aso se fulu o yulai ia ole aso malolona New Zealand. Ole Matariki mai ole fo le fa ia lato vainga le tau fapiritania e ole Love Local. Tamfaile e na tia e whānau loia fuwhanga fo ima ma tūranga o bisinisi tonu Porirua e su so o iei nea so sfuruna o fo i o iulai pia mai ni aso malolona ia ona so e lole i male aso so o iei ia pito teo e male BizFest o le aso losu tasi iulai i o me umana e ina ia whānau i loa ia ngā ruenga o bisinisi tonu Porirua ia mai tō tele fo i tangata o le awai. E o le fo la e fofo le si vaenga le o le le aso le se fulu tau le wha. E fo i si vaenga na e whai e mo me o community service o crafts. I o me ngā ruenga tau lima. E tele i si vaenga na e wha laulo e fo i tūlanga wha pena i nei Porirua. E ma le BizFest tickets e lena tā ua. Taua pawana vaenga tongi ia pep ia tupe. Au isi me umai free ia fo e isi tau. Ia anai e mo ila tō fo le au whawhiwhia. Ia ile coach o le next o Bev Priestman. Ia ma le tamaitai la kapile o le savo ile tau o la kapi o Ruby Tui. Ia ma Sir Ian Taylor. Ia ma tau lia fo i o le sina o vaenga whaingal teknolosi. Teni mani ia fo i whaafonga le rasulusu tasina iulai whai le rina. Ia fo lama mo workshops le pena tā ua. Ia e whai e whatanoanga om tā upo ese. Ia manisia me whai o ne Talanoaga i tūlanga tau pisinisi. Ia o whanga umana o whatatia mo le masina le o ilmona i iulai. This is growing every year, seems to be going on.
No, it sure is. And the cost with the BizFest tickets, it actually includes your lunch as well. So food, food on the day, which is great. Because last year I think we had a lot of people come and go, and it could be a little bit disruptive. So easy as if everything's all in the same vicinity.
Yeah, na o le wo le ve malo tamtanga le auli le asolia. E nanga e pero tūlanga ne tau sanga i e o tangata o mo atu i o le so longa le e whatanonga mtau. Ia le lau e fufuanga ne ina i ma tau mawhtanga e mo tangata le te miatasi. This is one of your big projects. You're looking at your long-term goal, your plan.
Yeah, it is. I think we'll start with some good news.
Yeah, good idea.
We'll start with some good news. Last week, Council looked at applying for our annual plan this year, a 0%, on average, 0% rates increase without the water, and we were able to do that through some of our water assets valuations, and quite a big deal for our people as well, because of course, times are tough. So that's some really good news. I know it's less the water, but I guess some of our key focus areas are our keeping rates affordable going forward. Is there anything to add?
Yeah, just that now with the water going to its own separate entity, they become a ratepayer to council as well. So they've contributed to the growth. There's a significant growth number that we can now use to calculate our rates as well. So that has factored into why while we're able to go out with a 0% rate increase, which is on average, I should say, which is fantastic. It means that some residents will see a decline in their rates, and some will see no change at all, and others will have a slight increase. So it's good news. That's a good one to start with. Nice.
Yeah.
When people hear the zero, they say, "Oh, so are we not paying any rates?"
Are you still paying? Sorry.
Yeah, and I also, in our program last Friday, because we do this morning, and I got the press release from the council about this, and I thought, I better say something to your audience, and plus around the country. Yes, it's all very well not to have a rate increase, but there are major projects going forward. Yeah. So it's always nice to try saving money rather than being hit with a big... so something that everybody should be aware of. But it's good news for this.
For this year, yes.
Yeah, and obviously Te Aki Wai will now be dealing with the water rates.
Yeah.
So it's out of the council's books.
Yeah.
Yes. So I guess part of the long-term plan and pre-engagement is that going forward without water in our rates, we want to hear from our community about, maintaining our infrastructure and managing growth, addressing climate change, reducing and managing waste, because that's still a big hot topic, and actually improving our community well-being.
Yes.
So that's still part of council's, core business as well, although the current coalition would say it wasn't. But for us here in Porirua, it is. So we're asking for early input before we adopt that next year in 2027.
Yeah, I was just going to add about Te Aki Wai, because there's often a misconception, I feel, in the public that we weren't paying for water before, but water has always been a part of your rates bill. Now we're taking that out, and Te Aki Wai are going to look after that part of it. I feel like some people are like, now all of a sudden we're paying for... You have always paid for water.
Yes.
It's
been about 80% in the last few years, isn't it? Because most of our projects have been water.
It's not coming out of council rates now, it's coming out of Te Aki Wai. Ole, vaengali matata noi, ele fufanga whatatia mamau, ole lua filosu fitu e o atu le tolsu fitu, lua fe tolsu fitu. Oisi vaenga e tele o whatanoanga ele mamalu foi ole atinu nei Porirua. E pe ana e whasisilenga I porkalame whatatanoa tu ele pulenga nu. Ia ole lawa umana whatatia le sfutausanga ilumana imtitilo foi vaenga ese. Ia mai le to e whaongale ma sino mati, ma apelile le lua fe lusfu fitu. E whaiera consultation pe whatatanoa ele malu le atinu. Ina ia maua ia vaenga ese o lova vaela tau. Ai le peone ta ue Kylie o key focus areas po vaenga ia wha. E taula i ele vaela tau. Pe whawhia o na whatulanga ia rate e tono Porirua. Ma tau lea o le vai o tau le whatatiango. Fofanga mo sfutausanga. E o ila le maua i fia maua I fina ngalo. Pe au atu le masino matima pelila tausanga fau. Ia mafo mafo e pe o la tūlanga e tau na fofo ia reita o tau potongi o la fonga. E wha tupenga luenga whai al pulenga nu. Ia amisi ale wha onganga le fo le whawai le lei o infrastructure. Ia po me awala te tele o ngā luenga te tele nei Porirua. Ia ma le fo le whai le lei ma wha le lei atiri. Wai tauna e mo maintenance. Wainga le tau ana ma vai le lima to e fa mai me te ua o stulanga fale ton tele e vai le climate change antono le si vai ngale malo vo ne New Zealand ma malo le tunu o isi ni vaenga i e tawana taula i le o tato wa i le swing o le tau i le lanolangi a mesi fo tato ni New Zealand i ti munga la ia malolo vai o lo tupu. Ia mawava ai pe whawhea on whai tia tato la pisi le tia. Ia o me umana e tato mawhawhau whatasi ai e le ngata e pūlenga Porirua. Ia au si fo i vaenga o New Zealand. Ia mawava ai le tau singa le tanga fo le soifo lau le leo tato tangata nei Porirua. Ia o vaenga umana e le la o ta o la to key focus areas o lo lunga. I take it that's all on your website?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
what we'll do, we'll put a link from us to you so
Thank
that
you.
people can
Yep.
go and
That'd be
also,
great.
and then we can
Yeah.
talk about these things and ia o vaenga ta wana, ia o risi la me ia le a mai la to taunu vai fo ia ina ia vava ai i se whatatia mai se a wivi fo lele pe whawhiana anga ia vaenga ia mele whainga o la to tonu. So it'll be a big issues for people to start thinking about and to be consulted on in March and April next year.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Mm.
starting with that survey that's going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've gone to your Pacific Language Week. So you
Yes.
have Samoan last week.
Sāmoa Language Week. We celebrated that last week with our regular flag raising that we have at Pātaka. That was really cool, and it's also the 64th year that we've had independence for Samoa, which is good. Every time Sāmoa Language Week pops around, I always think that, it's quite significant because the first language that was ever celebrated in terms of language weeks was the Samoa Language Week, and that was back in 2010. And here in Porirua, we really respect, obviously, all Pacific languages, so being able to celebrate and amplify our Pacific language is, it's pretty significant for Porirua. I think we might be the only city that does it.
Yes, we are.
So, every time that pops around, I always feel a little bit, like it's because of us. It's because the 685 did that. Anyways, we had the Reverend Nove Vaila Au came in and he blessed the proceedings. He told a story of when he was 7 years old when the independence happened, and he was told by his mum, I don't know if he minds me retelling the story, but he told us in public, so it should be okay. When he was young, his mum said, you have to stay home while she goes and helps with the celebrations. And he could hear all the noise, and he thought, as a 7-year-old, or maybe 6, he went barefoot to where the celebrations were happening and didn't listen to his mum. He thought, well, I can't really look after anything. You know what Samoan houses are like. There's nothing to protect there because it's open. And so he thought he'd go along and have a look. And that's what he remembers from the independence. And now he thinks back to it, and it's quite a significant day that we gained our independence from the New Zealand government and the other colonial groups that were there. Anyhow, anyways, so here in Porirua, those celebrations help us to keep that connectivity with our Pacific language strong. So
You've got several now. You started with once just Samoa. Now you started with this year. Started with Rotuma.
Rotuma, yeah,
And then Samoa, and then you've got the rest
the rest
coming
come through.
following.
Yeah, Cook Islands,
Yeah.
New Way. We celebrate all of them. We acknowledge all of them, which is fantastic. Even
And
sign
Papua
language
New
in Papua New Guinea, yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how small they are, we do our best to acknowledge them, and really it's thanks to the Ministry of Pacific Peoples as well, who are also ensuring that is
Yeah.
clearly identified.
I said to your mayor last time we mentioned this. I said, you'll end up being a linguistic. You'll be very good with different languages.
Yeah. Well, I think in the census it was the second most spoken language here in Porirua, Samoan.
Yes.
So
yes.
That's shouldn't really not think about that. That's pretty significant.
Yes. Well, even on the media now, the Palangi media, every now you hear them talking Talofa.
Yes.
All those sort of.
And the Prime Minister's got a chief title, so.
Correct.
Anyways.
Well, it was a big week for us too, because not only we were celebrating Samoa Language Week, we live stream all the events from Samoa.
Yes. Yeah.
During the weekly celebration, because they went back to 3 days instead of just the one.
Yeah.
Massive week.
Yeah.
So it's huge numbers watching and following the broadcast in the live stream. Ole vaingani matata no yo whamalunga fo yo tato ngangana e pe o na iai e pena Porirua lena amata lua fisfuluna mo I whawai e ma amana iai le ngan Samoa nei Porirua. Ia, muli mai lo mai si moto o Pasifika, o Porirua la le tau la mua e sisi la tau le fua, wha mamalu wha le lei, ia mai ei malpule ngā nu. Ia o leo wa o mal teimi nei. I think it's probably about 10. How many island nations now are being celebrated?
I think there's 12 now.
12. Yeah, e pia ma se fulu lua ia ngangana o nuu lewa wha manu wha tau e nei Porirua to ngana. Ia amata mai le tasi a lewa to tedi. Just imagine if all the other Asian countries come in. We'd be doing a lot of flag raising.
I don't know if we've got enough weeks in the year.
Ia ale tūranga na lea i nei mere whamu ia fo ia Porirua. Le la tō wawa aia le leim whatauanga ngana i wai tō teli tangata se tono Porirua. Ia mea nai whatau i la tōlu ai o tato ngana. Ia pefo na mawal mato tanoanga. Ia ana wha malunga fo le tato tuto tasi Sāmoa. Ia le wha manatu e le stūranga le peo na iei fo nisi ia o la iti teimi o talavou. Ia sa ia le teimi na amatein wha malu ia whai tato sisi ngā fo i Sāmoa. Ia o mali te mine, ia o leo sui full teknolosi le na maua tua ia whaasala lau mo i rungo o le tato Facebook mali YouTube. Ia peo na iei. So, no, that's very good. Let's look at your construction and demo. Where's facility?
Yeah, that was awesome. Izzy and I went along with everybody else, and the mayor opened it with the minister, actually, and it was a great day. Long and waited. I remember we talked about this 3 years ago, was it? Around the council table, diverting waste from the landfill, and it was supported with funding from the government's waste fund. It's a win for our community in the region, creating jobs. And just creating an alternative than just, like we tend to just, demolition sites, there's a lot of waste in there. Instead of just, that's right, taking it straight to the landfill. And of course, our landfill was filling up pretty quickly. So pretty good timing here as well.
So we started with having your big tank that actually filters some of the wastewater.
Yes.
And now you've got this, you all sort of helped out.
Yes. Yeah, we've had a couple of huge wins actually.
For the environment.
Definitely in the last couple of weeks. Yeah.
But I think this one in particular, it highlights that things can be done if there's collaboration between the councils, as well as with central government and also local government.
Yes.
So, I think it's a win for our environment. It's definitely a win for our local economy, that's for sure.
Lesi vanga ta wole Talanoaga e le fauina le o le vaenga fo i la fo i te le o tato o tota. E la o i le la to na talalo i le mata i faule vaenga le e te o le processing facility ia po le vaenga le vatu i o tota ma to e tonu ia ma faso so ma fa i nga ruenga talwhenga ina i au le tele le o tota le fa watu i sami ma me tunang fa pena. Ia alfo fuanga le o le ngā lui whatasel pule ngā nuu, ma company e ngoi le Waste Co, e so ane fo i ma le malo, le whatupenga, e ilana tupe le ta o le Government Waste Minimization Fund, o le tupe la na e mai so ane pule ngā nuu. Te loe, moisi pule ngā nuu e ta whaifu o tō ngā runga whapea, o le tupe na le malo e mai so ane e au tō. Ia mai le mau e fo la mga runga. I think all these new projects, they also good because they create jobs.
Yeah, 100%.
So all people unemployed, there will be opportunities for them to get jobs in these sort of projects. So that's a good plus for that. All right, well, let's have a little break here. We'll ask our DJ to play a piece of music, and then we'll come back and we'll do the last bit.
Cool. Nice.
So e whatalo whatu le whawhonganga le tunu. At whatasi pe tato po whasalau ma le sui punumi o Porirua ia Kylie Wihapi. Ia ma isi fort o ia fort sa ia le tūlanga le muamua. Ia le o mawale manoa ma te whatasi le neta o le tato po kalamel pulenga nu Porirua. O le vangano lua le matatano nisi o mene ia Kylie, I think you need to remind our residents here about parking and the street strike.
Yes, so first thing is on Saturdays, I just want to remind our community to park wisely. because our council now have a system where they can drive around in a car and don't need to get out and look. I just
Technology.
That's right. Technology has come into play. We want our community to have a good day and not come back to a ticket on their screen. So make sure with their sporting and things like that, sometimes you do need to walk a little bit further, but it's worth not getting a ticket.
So this car that drives around, what happens when they spot the car sort of not parking properly?
So
they can
it's
actually
parking on
ticket the car?
berms. Yes, they can. So it's parking on berms, which is actually illegal.
Yes.
It's parking the opposite way to what you're supposed to. The direction of traffic. It's not so much the time that it takes, but it's kind of parking wisely, making.
I think some families who look after the maintenance of the berm, they probably think that they got every right to park on there because they mow the lawn and all that.
They probably do, but underneath that berm we have pipes and electric cables and things like that.
Why.
Yeah. So what happens is when your car's parked there over time, it can actually disrupt wear and tear and disrupt everything that's underneath there.
That's
so that's
very
the
good.
reason
That's why they should be parking there.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Let's translate that.
Good.
O le vainga ni tatano I mo meo. O le paka se sio ta vale I lunga o wala. O isi paka I lunga le vainga fo ile yeni muti I lunga o fali. Le ta o le berm. Va ai o vainga na o fanua na polenga anu. E ele sala la uma fo infata no ti te mo mai. E fa sala I o pa paka se fa pena. O le wo ni ta vale fe o ai mo le teknolosi na. E mafai a o nei loa o ena paka se ia ticket lo mo ia na mo volio sala I lunga. Na ro volio le tupe a le o toi fa mana tu fa moli te tu na paka fa le lo sa I te fo o sala ia ti ngai volio lo unu mai mo vol tupe to ngesa ia tu ranga na ia o le sila le no si de fa fela ia inga ia ti ngai na la to mo le va le lu mo le vanga na lu mo fo no la to ia mo fa la o la lo vanga na te le na lo mo me o wire o paper me fa pena ia apaka ila ta valena e fai fai ama le ngai tu tele fo singa lu ngal pule nganu mena le pui ila to I vanga fa na o le paka to no vanga na and the three strike we actually talked about this a few programs in the past. It looks like people are still not adhering to your
look, it actually got a lot better really over time, but I think what's happening now is people are going back into their old habits and and there's probably a mixture of reasons around that, but the 3 strikes rule pretty much for your recycling is that your recycling bins in certain areas will be checked just to make sure that it doesn't have any non-recyclable items in it. So you would get an orange sticker on your bin to let you know that your bin will not be emptied. That's strike 1. Strike 2 is if this happens a second time, you will get a pink sticker as your final warning and your bin will not be emptied. So pretty much the trick there is they will let you know what's in the bin, in strike 1, let you know what's in the bin, shouldn't be there, and so you will remove it. And so the next time when you put your recycling bin out, it'll go. Pretty much strike 3 is you lose your bin, you lose your recycling bin. And that really only happens on extreme cases where people are putting rubbish and nappies and things like that into recycling bins. So sometimes we'll put a number 4 in on accident and not a number 5, and that kind of thing can be managed a lot better because that is rubbish. But it's when you put actual household rubbish into the recycling bin, it's an absolute no-no.
So what does one need to do to reclaim their bin? Do they come and apologise and pay a fine or?
No, it's suspended for 12 months. So you will need to go up to the recycling facility and recycle your own recycling for 12 months. I know that seems pretty harsh, but like there's rubbish and then there's recycling.
I've always suggested that perhaps if only they could colour code what goes into the recycled bin. So that everybody, if it's not red, for example, or not something, then you don't put it in there.
No. The council did, I think it wasn't too long ago, where they've actually put pamphlets into letterboxes with what you can recycle and what you can't recycle. So the information is out there.
I think the thing is it changes all the time is the other thing, Like you can take lids, you can't take lids. It's different numbered plastics, and that can be confusing. Then people think, oh, can't be bothered. But
we need to have smart bins in the future. So when you put stuff, you say, no, not here.
Or you get an electric shock. No, I'm not. No, just kidding.
But let's be honest, the numbers on the recycling, on the packaging, you can't even read half the time, so you don't even know. But as I said, it's not so much that. The real concern is that horrible rubbish. That goes
nappies and things, People throwing shoes in there.
And things like that. And that can actually disrupt a whole run.
So do you have a list of all the things that shouldn't go into these recycling
bins?
On your site? I think we should actually make a link to that, and then the team here can keep talking about that to help out. Ore, vaenga tā wole tatano nei o le recycling bin po o tato vaenga vo ile lanu sama le tapun. O vaenga ia o le tele na fatal talanoa to ia nisi o ainga o lo ave I mauto tele taun tu e tomina. Ia mai le to famana tu tau nei. E tolu ia strikes pe tolu ia vaenga fo ia afa pe moa o e se mena I tonu ia strike one na. Na tula ia o le sticker lanu muli orange. Ina ia iloa o le o fa le tonu ia mai tango e se ia mena le tu ina. O le taimes o lona lua ia o le pink po le lan piniki le lan. Ia alona tolu lo fai so. Ia o le lo lau kalone te latu le isi te kalone wo malato. Ia se fulu lua la masina te re toe maua se kalone fa pena. Ta toe fa fo I mai lau kalone. Ai tamu fai o alua o e fai au ia averu la pisi me la fo I la pisi. O le lai toe fa mnatu tai au fa muli amna ia tu langa lea. If so ni fo il fa so anga o me fa penei. O le fa le lave e fai ma sui taimi o me mai. A o lunga le upenga so ta inga al pulenga no le ta o la ye uma le disi o me vai. Ia fo taimi fo mo isi o lo ia tawana to update fo ma fo le to fa popo I vanga na. A le la tam fai fo tato office vai se ia se so ta I fa ia fa pi to se link ia so ta I so tanga malato. Ia on fai fo le na mai mo ia Talsio life at Sāmoa for Tealu, see me if I know fear more tato.
Good point. That's a good point.
See if they got in the languages so that they know, or even the photo of the little item, so that people know what we're talking about. Make it simply input. You know, now if we live that no man, if we pay for Sāmoa, you pay 2 for matter many. In a year tato lo, I let pay an for la wa I many. And the two years landu to nga lo mai tauna tono recycle fango fia na lo po le lanuna ya tono se for stato campaign if I pull him ma lo so swani to langa na mo e male au fai o lo fo ina ia fango fia I ona alu mene le recycle.
So you can actually download these posters in your own language, in languages.
Good.
So if anyone has Anteno, which is our council app, or just go straight on the website, there are links, and I might send it to you, where you can click to download a poster in your language with what to keep in and what to keep out.
How do you spell Anteno?
Anteno is ANTENNO.
ENO, okay. Oh, good.
Yeah.
And that is a good point you mentioned last, that the businesses need to also look at what they're packaging their foods in. That's 100% right.
I think it all helps with this climate change, all these things. They should consider all these, the green image and all that.
Makes it easy on the end user too.
Yeah, because then you just see what you, it can go here, no, it can't go there. Make it easy for everybody. Okay, we'll do the campaign, we'll drive the campaign.
That's us.
All right. Let's look at the amalgamation. We've been following that, and Anita Baker and yourself will be talking about that over the last few programs. The government wants everything done in 3 months. So by August, I think we should be ready.
Yes.
Now I'm starting to read all the comments from some of the mayors around the country. It's not easy. 3 months is not. You need to get like a referendum or something, a referendum with the community. People need to say that we need to hear the voices of the people. But I think despite that, Andrew Little, who looks after our team here in Wellington and Porirua and Hutt, he said we'll try our best to get there, but it's got to be a bit of a rush.
Definitely going to be a bit of a rush, and unfortunately everyone's on that timeline. So it's a proposal, really, isn't it? Submitting our proposal to government. And look, when we ran our amalgamation question in the elections last year, it was to actually have that conversation with our community, which was a great start.
Yep.
But we didn't realise that we were going to have that conversation with the community so quickly.
Yeah.
Therefore, how many more weeks have we got? Oh, I can't
9 weeks now, I think. Yeah, or less than to submit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we really need to do some kind of some engagement with our community.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. Like last year we went out, we did the election, we asked that specific question, and the government, and we thought, okay, we've probably got the 3 years to sort it out. Now they've sped up that timeline and said 3 months instead of 3 years. So that's hard for us to try and engage with our community. We want our people to go along with us on this. They need to own the decision that's made because it affects them ultimately at the end. So, I mean, we'll do our best, obviously, to try and engage our people. We did approve a small amount of funding to go to help with the engagement for the amalgamation in our last council meeting. But, yeah, we kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place.
That's right, yeah. I mean, and in every amalgamation talk, there are pros and there are cons. So it's about nutting out those pros and those cons with the community.
Yeah. Oh well, let's wait and see what's happening. Yeah. But obviously, it'll impact on the rates and all that thing going forward. Ole vainga la le matata no nei ole tu fatsinga le tato pulenga no pe nei fa mo malo tolu masina len tu mai tolu lo e masin tel volen fa tu no mai fa pe o te tau no fa nga yo lo fo fo nga e tu fa tasi pulenga no a mi sia mo me nga vengo teli hele vai tau mafa vai vo le va lo toi vai mai fa ta ele matuna fa pena le o tota ia mala teli le lai pe ona yele tato tiaki wai le o ye nei ia e mo yo le wo ai ia le fo le sawa pulenga no tau nga lo fa tasi ni so vai nga ia ina ia tau mo fai ti tau nga luenga o lo fai pulenga no te tasi ai tau ona fa so fa tasi e ona mo e fo le fa ma venga le nga te pulenga no mlan paketi e au tanga te lau tele le lai le fufanga ine tato wa Porirua o le ua mali dia o ngā rui whātasi ma lawa hat ia Wellington la ua ta ia le tūlanga lea ia lai tau a mai tonu tu soso mai tonu ma apahat ia ona maua role o tato whainga paanga na mole wha le anga iluma ia a lepe on ta ue la ua nei tele a isi ia ngā ruenga fo ito sala pule ai ma te whatatanole ma malo le atino ina ia maua le tasi se au tasi ni sio vaenga o lo ese ila tatou ma amisia vaenga a fie ia maluenga te tele ia roi mo tupi. Good luck, all the best for that.
We'll be taking you along that journey as well.
Now, you ladies are both involved with sports. I've been following the sports in the weekend and I've seen some big head knocks. And, you know, obviously Kylie, in one of our programs in the past, you also talk about the well-being of people playing netball. You're involved with that. And Izzy, you're also involved in sports. What do you think about what you should be doing about this well-being of your...
Yeah, let's talk about head knocks because I think after seeing Moresi Titi get knocked, quite a hard knock. It wasn't just the tackle; it was actually I feel like it was the knock from his own player who came in as well to try and clear. And my own personal experience was just I've obviously had head knocks in rugby playing myself, but on Saturday my son who's decided to play rugby for the first time in 5 years was playing for his local college, Altea College, first 15. And going in to clear out a ruck, and from the side he was hit, and so he got knocked out for 20 seconds on the ground. It's so important though that the ref is really switched on, and that the ref that officiated that day was signalled the blue card, which is automatic, go off and get checked. So we spent the better half of the evening on Saturday at Kene Peru. Thank goodness it's still open. Thank you, Barbara. and had to go through all the necessary
Yes.
checks because he was vomiting, which are clear signs of concussion. And yeah, so then he was monitored by nurses, and it's so important that I think you stay on top of that, because now he's on a 21-day stand down, which I suspect Wallace will be as well. Wallace obviously will have a bit more access to resources as opposed to college students, but as a college student there were 2 boys that had head knocks on that Saturday. So having a switched on officiator, which the ref was very switched on, as soon as he saw the head knock he signalled, but then also making sure that you're monitoring following on from that incident. It's quite a different sport to, obviously the older one is into golf, and then this one was into basketball, now rugby. But head knocks can happen anywhere. Can happen in basketball, can happen in netball. So it's just really important that you keep on top of that stuff and looking after your well-being. And then obviously there's the coming back into sport and managing the him coming back into sports.
It's actually really serious.
It is so serious. And kids, I don't think kids realise it. And,
No.
and sometimes parents don't quite understand
That's right.
the importance of it. But making sure your brain is resting, because that you can't really see that. You know, you can't see that it's bruised, or you can see a bruise if you've been, hit, or a rolled ankle, but you can't necessarily see a bruise that's on your brain.
That's
so
right.
it's important really for those around to make sure.
And that also shows the importance of having a parent or parents at the sport.
100%.
Because if you weren't there,
Yes.
you wouldn't even see what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Then you can't get them. So, definitely.
Yeah, I hope we'll get sort of well soon, and
Yes,
it doesn't change his mind playing rugby.
I know.
No, it'll be his mother.
I wanted my kids to play rugby for so long, but then, and they've all chosen different sports, and he's the first one to go back to rugby, and I'm like, yes, and then no. Anyways, it's just technique, really. Technique and discipline, I think, is what will help clean up our sport.
But take it seriously, though. I
Yes.
mean, because a lot of kids will
Bottom
just
line.
get up and go, no, I'm all right. But actually, no.
100%.
Got to stick with it, the
Yeah.
signs and
Yeah.
recovery.
O le vainga le tano ni atonu mo mātua fo I whiwhia a ve alam whanau tālunga. Ia o le tano I me fo tutupu peo na vai ia nei whai ungon vai aso. O isi fo I elo na halo le ta alo I le se aula kapi. Ia o le ala na manu ai. Ia na ana o vai kenu puru le no na ni mai ma vai me tupu. O le me whiwhia ia o le leo la whali, na lolo la whali la vea, ia il vaenga na e ta a vi whafoi malo loi. Ia maa matalona whaisusu enga masiaki. Elena iwa no fan mai ma fai isi e o le lai malo lo lusu tasi aso e por sa ona alva nga ia ma vai fo ia o le lau tau su yen mana to o isi fo wa ia sala kapi fo ia o le venta wa no lo na lo le fia la kapi a te wa lo kapi a le la ve ia le pe u tau musu fo I to e fa wa ia le fo I pe on mo ma wina le na fo le mano o Moresi titi ia a te le fo le tinga ino stamal va ia fo ia ta pe ona mai moina ia tonu vainga paua I o fala vela o talonga ni la kapi e te le loa e te awa la vea isi a esen mela na elwe fai a raktu o so fo e ma ia e fai o le paua I o tūlanga talonga e le ngate la kapi ia o soka o netball so talonga e fitau i tangata I o le mena o le tupu ia e tasi al mea o le talonga mata foi le mata ala le ma va ai ia ma vai tu la fono I tau on mul tai mo tanga ta alo ina o ini manu ona istanga to lo ngal ta alo fata si malai. Well, let's hope that your son will
He will be.
Sort of heal properly and quickly, and then you'll go back and become an All Black in future.
We'll see.
Well, any other topic you want to cover?
Oh no, I think we've
Exhausted.
Yeah, well, and a good range of different topics
Yes.
today. Just be careful in the weather out there, and if there's anything that you need to report, you know, particularly around flooding and surface flooding, please do ring the council. Yeah.
People are probably wondering, why are we doing the program on Monday? We normally talk on
yes.
Tuesday.
I don't know the answer. What was the answer?
I told you, no, because there was things, you know, that we couldn't do. That's why we changed the dates.
Oh, right.
Na pe on to mo mai fol po kala me lita ya yo le matu tata no a Tunisia vaenga ia fa pitua I pe na manu no ni si talonga ia tato fai fa le ia mo fo fa le fo ia matala tangata ina ia one i la ve talonga fa peni ai pe tato mo por kalamini ia le to va i me po fona fa ia tu la songo fu ai le la sulua ia o fu fanga na amata fa ta tia mal tau sanga vai temi fo por kalamela to ia mal tato officer le o mai el por kalamini i le songo fu ia on masira fo ia to fo la ia il a solo pe ona masani. Final message to our listeners, your residents in Porirua.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, whaftai te lava, ia manuia lava toi fuafuanga neva yaso Sāmoa o Porirua to whaso i fua.
Yeah, malo, ia nā tō whafonga fo i tō sui nei te tupurenga nui Porirua, mo fo sistemi o tō te nolumuna i temine ia tō whaso i fua.